William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
That was my first time in the canvas. And when I was in the canvas, I was like, whoa, what the hell just happened? But I had to get him back, you know? I had to get him back. I think that's when the Mexican blood in me and the Mexican warrior that I have, I had to return the favor.
Hey, Andy, te va a hacer una pregunta en español. ¿Qué se siente ser el primer campeón mundial mexicano en la historia del boxeo?
Ahorita ni le creo, no creo que gané. Pero gané, man, gané. Pero me siento bien orgulloso, ando bien feliz.
¿Qué le quieres decir a todo México ahorita que te apoyó y que te está mirando ahorita?
Pues que hice historia, todo es posible. Todo el entrenamiento que hice y gané. Y ahora soy el primer mexicano campeón del mundo. Sí se puede, baby.
Mike.
Both you and Tom, what was your thoughts on Reverend Michael's job? It's bizarre to a lot of us that he's doing every job for seemingly all this extra time. And yeah, I don't know.
You know that's the referee's job. You know, the referee knows what he's doing. If you would have just let it go, I think I would have stopped the fight in more dramatic fashion. But you know what? He did what he had to do, and you know, good job for him.
Sorry.
Use the microphone. I was hoping he would have stopped it at the end of the round when they were both down. The ref did a great job. He was in the ring, he saw him, he did his job, he did a tremendous job.
Gareth.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You showed the presence of mind to drop him twice in the third round. You were very patient then in the fourth, fifth, and sixth round. You seemed to lose interest in the fight by the end of the sixth round. You seemed very focused. Were you conscious that you were waiting for him to open up because you knew the answer?
Yes, I was waiting for him to open up. I wanted to break him down a little bit more, work the body. You know, he hits really hard, man. He hits pretty hard, and I just needed to be smart. I needed to be smart in there. I thought he opened up too much where I could counter him, but the speed I think got to him, and you know we got this victory in a fashion way.
Andy showed your IQ, the boxing IQ, the best you've ever shown in the lab.
I think we showed it pretty good. It could get better, but as soon as we start training harder and getting more in shape and looking like AJ, I'm going to be even a better fighter.
Andy, congratulations.
Congratulations
on the win. First of all, can you talk about how classy Anthony Joshua was? His first loss as a champion. And the second thing, since Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, we haven't seen such an upset. What are your thoughts on that?
You know what, AJ's a fashion guy, you know. I give my highest to him, and he's a respectful guy, and so was I, you know. And I was just telling him, thank you, man, and thank you. And he was telling me, man, you did an amazing job. You did good. And, you know, I still can't believe it, man. I still can't believe it.
Andy, what do you
Yes, hold on. One week.
Andy, congratulations.
Thank you.
This goes down with Louis Rockmont 20-1, Sanders Klitschko 20-1, Randall Chavez 15-1. When you sat down, you said you saw the comments. Did you know how big of a long shot you were coming into tonight? And was that any extra fuel or motivation for you for your performance?
You know what? Everyone's been doubting me since the beginning, you know, especially from this fight. Nobody wanted to know that I was going to win. Nobody did. And everybody that betted on me is going to make some serious money. But you know what? I thank God to this moment, dude, and I'm here now, you know, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Yes.
Andy, with the rematch possibly being...
Eddie's saying how much you wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. My question for you is, was it because you just wanted the opportunity for the title shot? Or, you know, the money that goes along with it? Or did you really think at that moment, you know what, I have what it takes to beat this guy?
You know what? Before this this fight was even happen. In a lot of interviews, I kept calling out, I would rather fight AJ than any other heavyweight out there that has belts. So I knew that I could beat him. I knew my abilities, that was gonna give him trouble, the speed. I knew that he opened up too much, and what do you know?
When you watched the videos of him, was there something that you saw that made you think that you had the right things to be able to take him apart?
Of course, the speed, the movement. I felt I could have moved the head a little bit more and being more aggressive, but I just wanted to take my time each round and let my hands go when he let his hands go. So I think that's when I connected really well.
Andy.
Lance.
Andy, it seems startling how badly he deteriorated after the first knockdown. What did you feel like you exposed of Anthony Joshua tonight?
You know, the body shots, but he's a warrior. You know, he got up every single time that I put him down. I got up when he put me down. I think we're both warriors in there, and you know, I respect him and every boxer that gets in the ring, risking their lives, to make history as well, you know, and to take care of their family. I respect every fighter.
What y'all don't understand is that Andy Ruiz, you guys are underestimating him. That's all.
Everybody in this room underestimated
Anthony Joshua
me.
is a great fighter. I'm going to tell everybody. He's a great fighter that got up from the canvas, tried doing something, but Andy Ruiz was very talented and it was unexpected. It wasn't expected from anyone.
Mike again, yeah.
Eddie, is there any part of you that wonders, what would happen if Jerome Miller in the ring instead?
I said in the build-up, this is a tougher fight than Jerome Miller. You know, they're not dissimilar in stature, but Andy's faster, he's got a better movement, I think he has a better boxing IQ, and we knew that, you know, it was no problem. You know, the Miller fight, I think, was a much easier fight than Ruiz, but, you know, sometimes the gods work and put things together. What happened with Jarrell gave Andy the opportunity, but, you know, we felt that Anthony's the best heavyweight in the world, and we believed that he would win tonight, and we thought he would in the third round, but Andy was exceptional.
And Manny, for you, you've seen some fight leave you over the last couple of years. Now you have the heavyweight champion, the biggest one of your career. What does this mean for you?
Just not giving up. You know, it's just grinding and continuing to do what you love. You know, when you love what you do, you never gotta work a day in your life, as they say. You know, so just not giving up.
Yes.
Look.
Andy, you briefly mentioned that your family won't have to struggle anymore. Can you just give us a bit of insight into how you think this will change your life?
Well, I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and we just made history, baby. And you know what? This is not going to be the only victory that I get. I'm not going to let these belts go.
Can you assure us that you've got 4 of the belts? Are you going to have a rematch with Joshua, or are you going to have to go after someone like Wilder now? Because he's got another belt. You're with the BBC. There are kind of there could be promotional issues. Is there a possibility that you could go sideways, or will you fight Joshua?
You know what? I just gotta let my people do that, and then we can figure out something. And but I gotta talk to my team, and then we'll figure it out.
Andy, and sorry, you're right here. I was just wondering, because you've obviously, for your first title shot, you were with Abel Sanchez. You went off to New Zealand to fight Joseph Parker. The run next to you has had previous experience being on the opposite court as Anthony Joshua. I want to know how he's impacted your career and what kind of new life he's breathed into your career.
You know, Manny Robles, he's been on me since fucking day one, man. Calling me like, hey, where are you at? You need to come to the gym. But you know what? All that paid off. And he told me that I was going to thank him this time. And thank you, man.
And one for
my
Eddie.
dad as well.
Eddie, do you wish that you responded to Manuel Charles' text right now?
No, because we wanted to give a proper fight. You know, with all due respect to Manuel Charles, Trevor Bryan, they're not worthy challengers. We wanted a proper test for AJ. If you come to Madison Square Garden, you've got to give the public a real fight. I knew, and we knew, that Andy Ruiz would give Anthony Joshua a real fight. Unfortunately, he gave him more of a fight than we hoped he would. But he deserves it, and you know, tonight belongs to him. Yeah.
Fight height. Aside from the business stuff, right, and what this means, you know, for matchroom boxing, like, I would imagine over the years you've developed a actual friendship with AJ. Take us through the emotion when it happened, the emotion you feel.
I don't think it's really sank into anybody at the moment. I mean, you know that 22 fights in, he's still learning the sport of boxing. But he's been in with Dillian Whyte, Vladimir Klitschko, Takan Parker, Povetkin, Brazil. So he's always been learning on the job. Unfortunately, when you have to learn on the job, sometimes on the biggest of arenas, something can go wrong. And it's brutal when it goes wrong. There's no hiding place when you're in there and he's chasing you around the ring, raining shots down on you, and he's getting up and he can't feel his legs, and he's still with the doctor now, he's fine, but he didn't want to quit. He's a fighter. And for us, yeah, we signed him from his debut. We're very close friends, but we also understand sport, we understand boxing. And when you get beat by the better man, there's no excuses. People have already said to me, oh, he had a star on his eye, was it a bad camp? I can't even tell you. I'd love to stand here now and say it was a terrible camp and he had these injuries, but it's not true, and he won fair and square, Andy Ruiz, and we're all devastated as a team. But I know Anthony Joshua's work ethic. I know that this will burn him so bad inside because he's the ultimate competitor. You see him smiling in the ring because he's genuinely happy for Andy Ruiz. But tomorrow, the day after, in the coming weeks, this is going to eat him up bad. And great fighters come back and improve. Some fighters never come back the same. The future will show how Anthony Joshua responds.
A question, Eddie, for you and Andy. One of the judges actually had Anthony Joshua ahead at the time of the stoppage, and the other two judges had the fight even in rounds. Andy was only 1 point ahead on their cards. Could you both comment on the scoring of the judges?
I can't even remember back. I mean, the first round, I think I gave to Joshua. I think I did all square after 2. I thought Joshua won I thought the 4th and 5th round, nothing really happened. I think Joshua probably nicked one of those rounds, and then the 6th, I thought Andy won. I think the 6th was the round where it really started to get bad, because actually, the 4th round, nothing really happened. The 5th round, I thought Joshua actually got back to the jab. Sorry? Oh no, I remember the 3rd round. No, I said no, because I'm talking about the 6th round. I think we won't be forgetting the 3rd round. But the 6th round was actually after the 5th round. I thought Joshua won the 5th round. I thought okay, and then the 6th round, he really looked like he started to tire. So I don't know. I mean,
I didn't want to leave it to the judges.
Even for me,
I did not want to leave it to the judges for this fight. I knew if it would have came out a decision, I don't think I would have got the victory. So I think I had to fight hard, let everything out, in that ring, and what do you know, we got the victory.
Eddie, just at the back end.
Sorry.
Hello.
That kid.
Yeah, at the back, in the middle.
Okay.
Do you know what the situation is with the IVF? Is there a danger that Andy might be stripped of that if he takes the rematch?
No, the rematch takes precedence anyway over the belts. But listen, I've already the next mandatory is the WBO, and I've already spoken to Paco Balcazar, who would have no issues with the rematch anyway. We don't want Andy Ruiz to lose. Anthony don't want to lose one of these belts. So the rematch, every belt will be on the line, but Andy has the chance to defend his titles and go on just in fights with Wilder and Fury. But for us, AJ will want to win his belts back, but he'll want to beat Andy Ruiz. I believe every one of those belts will be on the line.
Andy.
Hold on at the front end.
Andy, when I spoke to you before, we were talking about Snickers, promoting the Snickers deals. Did you eat one before? You went out.
You know what? They didn't let me eat a Snickers. They didn't.
Maybe that's what went wrong.
Yeah, that's what took longer. But you know what? With this hard work, dedication, y'all paid off.
A few more questions. Yeah. Hold on.
Andy.
Let's have someone else.
Andy.
Yes.
Andy, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think this means?
Hometown, and that's where I grew up with. That's where I grew up at, and I know everybody's just smiling and saying he did it. The kid from a small little town, he did it.
Andy, we mentioned in the build-up earlier in the week how you would like to go to the Mexican White House. If you do get the invite from the president, Would you go down to Mexico for a car ride? Would that be logical?
Of course, that would be a blessing going over there and showing these belts and telling them that we just made history.
What does it mean to the Mexican American people in this country?
What do you think, Hilton?
It's going to mean a lot, you know. A lot of people were supporting me, you know, and a lot of doubters as well, but we made it happen. Now we're the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and no one can take that from me. Nobody.
Andy, after and Joshua beat Klitschko, he said to him, "I respect you, but I'm not going to give you too much respect because I might have to fight you again." Talk about how much respect you're going to give Joshua. And then also, Eddie, if you can, for a few minutes afterwards, just briefly talk about the amazing women's fight that we saw earlier today, please.
Well, I'll do that when Andy's gone. I think let's keep it to this fight. So,
You know what, I'm going to respect Joshua either way. You know, he's a champion. Well, he's an ex-champion now. And, you know, we respect to all fighters that jump in the ring. You know, we go in there and risk our lives. And I respect the dude like a lot, you know, but once we're in the ring, there's no friends, there's no respect. There's just somebody that's trying to take their dreams away too, you know. But I respect the man.
Andy, before you fight, Mikey Garcia came in your locker room. What did he tell you, or what did Sam Watson tell you before the fight?
That I could do it, man, that I'm gonna do it, that I'm gonna shock the world. And what do you know, I just shocked the world, and I'm the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world.
Hey,
Mike.
Deontay Wilder just chimed in on Twitter and said, you know, Joshua wasn't a true champion. His whole career was consisted of lies, and now we know who's running from here.
Who the hell cares what he said?
Listen, at the end of the day, you know, Joshua's down right now. If you want to kick him when you're down, no problem. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are absolutely delighted that Joshua lost tonight. I don't think anyone in the team is. I don't think his fans are. I'm sure Andy's team aren't particularly, you know, pleased that he lost because he's a real champion. He wanted to fight anybody, and he stepped up. It wasn't a case of, oh, we need to pick the right guy, or we don't. It was, yes, we believe we could beat Andy Ruiz. Let's do it. So, you know, listen, Deontay Wilder has zero class. He has done from day one. And, you know, if Andy can beat Joshua in the rematch, I hope he goes on to beat Deontay Wilder as well.
Hey, Andy, after this fight, you know that everyone is going to be pulling you in a million directions. You're probably going to go down to Los Pinos, to Mexico. Everyone is going to want to talk to you. What are you going to do to focus and make sure that those belts stay in California and stay with you?
Working hard, man. There's dedication, hard work, and you know, being with my team. You know, just taking care of myself. And now that I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, I just got to take care of myself and work even harder.
Any words of what to your mind as every round progressed?
That I had to keep throwing, you know. I felt his punch, but I knew I could pull it off. I knew it can. I just needed to pressure a little bit more, listen to my coach, my dad, telling me, do it for your kids, do it for your kids. And what do you know, that motivated me a lot.
Yeah, just a couple more guys, go on.
Yeah.
Andy, now that you have three of the heavyweight championship belts, you have this massive platform now. Is there anything that you want to accomplish outside of the ring as a heavyweight champion?
I just want to keep fighting, you know, keep fighting, keep making legacy, you know, keep making legacy and become like a Canelo Mexican heavyweight, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do, make a legacy and a big name for myself. And I know I just proved that June 1st.
Yeah.
Eddie, this one's for you. Is Joshua coming to the press conference? And if not, why not?
He's still seeing the doctor at the moment, so I don't know. I'm waiting for an update myself.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay, but I think they're just keeping an eye on him at the moment.
Eddie.
Yes.
So, assuming everything goes to plan in terms of the rematch, how soon can we start the countdown?
I don't know. At the end of the day, let's speak to AJ first. He's got to, you know, firstly want to do that, which knowing him, I believe he will. But that's not for tonight. You know, obviously we know he was due to fight in November time. So let Andy enjoy his great victory, and you know, we'll plan as a team, and we'll speak to Andy's team, and we'll act accordingly. Yeah.
Andy, congratulations on your victory tonight. Fought a great fight, obviously. Your first fight for a world title against Joseph Parker, you came up short. Is Parker a chip on your shoulder going forward? Is that someone that you want to avenge an earlier loss to boost your esteem as heavyweight champion, or do you even care anymore?
I don't really care, you know. At that, when I fought him, I trained myself. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. I did some interviews and I trained myself for that fight. And I feel I won, and now I have the WBO champion of the world. So I'm just happy. I just want to take this moment with my family, my kids, and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So coming in tonight, there was a clear top three in the division, Wilder, Fury, Joshua. Coming out, how do you see the pecking order? Are you now the man in the division? And the same question afterwards to Manny instead of
Well, you know what? I think they looked over me. You know, I feel they should have paid attention to me first, and before making other plans to fighting Wilder and Tyson Fury, because you know I'm a dangerous fighter as well, and I feel they underestimated me and started planning to fight other fighters instead of focusing on me. So, you know, we got the victory. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
That everything is possible, man. You believe in God, you focus, you follow your dreams, you never give up. If somebody pulls you down, don't listen. You just keep working, just like how I did, and look at, we just made history. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Andy, everyone would agree that you were a dangerous opponent. Why do you think that you were so underestimated?
I think just the way that I look, you know, the extra flab that I carry, but we've been working on it since when we fought Dimitrenko, and after we got this fight right away, we didn't want to lose as much weight, you know, I wanted to be strong. I even actually gained 5 more pounds just to be actually a little stronger, you know, because Anthony's a big guy, so, but now that I have this time, I just want to get in really good shape and look like a Mexican Anthony.
Any other questions, guys? Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, champ.
Thank you.
Andy Rojas, ES News. I want to talk to you. I want to ask you, I think there was a little bit of confusion at the end, at least from where I was at in the media, what exactly happened with Anthony in this corner. What did you perceive it as, and do you actually know what happened in the corner? Because there was just a lot of confusion.
I don't know, man. I think the speed got to him, my style. I don't think I don't think they knew that I was gonna come out like that. I don't think they knew that it was gonna make it difficult for Anthony. But all the hard work and dedication that we did in the gym with my coaches and my dad always supported me and my whole team. You know what? We pulled it off, man. I believed in myself. I believed that we were gonna win, and I believed that I was gonna become the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world. I don't know. I don't know. I feel he could have still kept going, but I think I would have put him away in a fashion way if the referee didn't stop it. But you know what? The referee did his job, and I'm pleased for the stoppage.
Andy, when you dropped Anthony to the canvas throughout the fight, how difficult was it for you to maintain your composure because you knew how big the occasion was and what you was on the cusp of achieving?
You know what? I had to keep my composure. I didn't want to let all my energy out. You know, I kind of felt that he was gonna try to tire me out and wait until I got a little tired, but we were ready for this fight. You know, we ran a lot, the conditioning, the sparring that we did. So I was ready for war, and I was ready for all the 12 rounds.
Yes.
Hi, Andy. This is Diego Maria from the Ring Magazine. I have 2 short questions. Number one, what did you learn about Anthony Joshua that you didn't learn until now? What things did he do that you weren't expecting, and what things didn't he do in terms of boxing?
You know, I learned that I'm a warrior because I fell in the canvas and I got back up and I put him in the canvas. So I learned that if I get knocked down, I know I can get back up and put them down. But you know what, he hits hard. I respect the guy, but I'm just happy, man. I'm still pinching myself that if this is true, this is real.
The second one is in terms of politically and socially, we can say that the Mexican community right now is not at the best moment in terms of respect in that field. You have inherited the title of the baddest man on the planet right now, with all the respect that it brings, the heavyweight championship. What do you think that is going to do for the Mexican community in the country, and in terms of getting respect and getting the confidence moving forward?
Well, I think Mexico has every champion in every weight except now we have the Mexican heavyweight champion, you know, and I think it's going to do a lot for my community and for Mexico, and now they can say that they have their first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, and I was gonna cuss, but I'm just happy that it's me. I'm so fucking happy that it's me.
I just want to let you know, like, I'm friends with Mariana Juarez, who's the 118-pound world champion, and she just texted me. She said that she's so happy, she's so proud. Everyone down there is so proud. And she said that they may have known about your speed, but they did not know about your heart. So I'm sure that when you go down there, you're gonna get a hero's welcome, man.
Yeah, but I can't wait, man. The Mexican that I have in me, you know what, it just showed, you know, and I never been in the canvas until today, and I got up, you know. I think that's the real warrior that I am, and a lot of fighters that they get knocked down, they come back up, and they keep fighting and fighting and until they win, and that's exactly what we did.
Anthony, message to people who believed in you, or happy you made their night.
We did it, baby. All the people that believed in me, we did it. Everything that I said came true. All the doubters, too bad, man.
All right, guys. Well done, Andy. Well done.
Thank you.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.